So, starting from last time, you guys were camping in front of the dungeon when you had been ambushed by a group of owlbears. Zombie ones, to be specific, after meeting a strange half-elf wizard named Medeus. After the encounter, you had discovered that these owlbears were probably created by something or someone, as Horatio's autopsy technically allowed him to figure out that these were special creatures. At the same time, kind of thinking about the situation that you were in, you all decided to head back to Dark Coast to go and see if you could buy any more supplies before you head back in dungeon. As you all headed back to town, and the only two that came with you were Joe and Jack, which the only two people that returned with you were Zhao and Jack.
He's gone.
Can you not hear me? Hello? What the heck?
I don't know.
How about now?
We can hear you.
As I was saying, yeah, so you guys headed back to town with Zhao and Jack, the two humans of your party who know the area that well. And as you guys were traveling back, you had come across some of the rebels who were holding up a group of civilians that appeared to be from Steamer. You tried to convince them to stand down, and the two other older brothers of Achak, the princes of Trevelin, came in and slaughtered all of them, asking where their brother was before they went off to go see him. After that, and with that, you all have officially arrived back in the town of Dark Coast, the mainly Lupin town, as it's currently raining and it's still 10 a.m.
Have we been there before?
Yes, you guys stopped here on your way back from on your way to the dungeon. You guys found out where the dungeon was while you were around here.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that, but I don't think I was there. But okay.
It's where Beiji played the card game and lost 10 gold.
Okay. Okay, yeah. All right, I remember.
And then angrily played solitaire for the next couple of hours.
Okay, I remember that.
All right. So it's raining as you guys are coming back into town. It seems just as dreary as it was before, but the people are out and about doing their thing as they don't seem to be afraid of as they don't seem to be as afraid as they were when you first got here, since you arrived near at night.
Okay. What are we supposed to do?
Well, you guys did come here. You guys did come here to buy some stuff, and there are some shops around. And strangely enough, you do see that there appears to be a new building here, as you see that there's a strange mage tower all the way across town.
Okay. I don't know if I need to buy anything or explore, so I guess I'm gonna just leave it to Perry.
Actually, I do know what I meant to do some homework on what exactly I wanted to buy. But, we kind of saw how that went.
Would you like me to send the spreadsheet of all the stuff you can buy?
Yes, please resend that just as a courtesy. Please. Pretty please. But before Beiji does any sort of shopping in general, you said there's a mage's tower
Mm-hmm.
in town now, correct?
Yep.
Beiji's gonna hop down the road and check that out.
Mm-hmm. Yuri, would you like to come along, or are you just gonna sit back at the entrance and kind of just hang out with the others?
I guess I'll come with.
Right. Well, so you guys can move your tokens all the way down to the mage tower if you. Well, I see Beiji did. Jeez. As you arrive at the mage tower, you see it's built in the same design as the church. Funnily enough, as it appears that a lot of woven architecture in the town, more northern flavor, I guess, and the people, not really many of the townspeople seem to be reacting. They're just walking around the tower as if they're used to it at this point. You see a couple.
Oh no, finish describing.
I was gonna say, you see Lupin script written across the building, like blue sigils, like blue Lupin script, just like that seems to circle the entire building, kind of like glowing ethereally here and there. But I guess they're probably some type of protection.
He'll look at the sigil. He'll look at the inscriptions on the foundations and the like to see if there's anything that at least would jump out at him that would mean he would get shocked trying to open the door.
Roll Arcana.
Beiji's not an idiot. 20.
Okay, with a 20, you can figure out that this mainly meant more of a defensive capacity. Like if people were trying to attack the building or trying to break in, they would get a rude awakening.
Oh, the crowd control variant.
Hmm. Yeah. You're kind of looking at this. You kind of see something. You kind of seen something similar back home. Like you know that the Sea Warriors Temple, Temple, despite being guarded by a bunch of students and powerful monks, you know that it also has some scripts up there like that protect it, just in case people try to, like, I don't know, knock the building down or try to teleport into it when they're not supposed to.
And what is it again? Is it like the magical door or something?
There's a bunch of magical scripts. Though there is a wooden door that has there is a wooden door with like a placemat that just says home right in front of it, or doormat anyway.
Okay. So we can't knock, right?
No, you can't knock if you want.
Oh, I don't think we can knock.
So,
Knock.
all right. So you knock on the door. There's a bit of you kind of pause to see if anyone responds, and then there's this chiming sound. And it gets closer and closer, and then the door kind of like opens up a little bit, and you see like a Lupin head kind of like peek out. Yes, can I help you?
Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah. If you have a request, you can. I might.
No, Gary was gonna be like, "Why are we here again?"
Beiji, I will say, don't freak out. And then he kind of he pulls out his shotgun. Enchanting. You have enchanting services here.
One moment. Close the door again. Close the door right in your face before your chiming walk away. And then a couple more minutes pass. Like I say, about 2 minutes pass, and then 2 minutes pass, and then the door shoots open, and you are greeted to this long hallway.
So, did I just open up another dungeon for us to explore by accident?
Probably.
I just want the barrel. The barrel, by the orange innovator. I just want this. I just want the barrels enchanted. How Meiji will step through nervously.
It's funnily enough, while it is cold outside, it is warm. It is warm inside as your scales, clothes, and skin and all that kind of dries off as you're walking through the hallway. As you walk into the hallway.
Look at Yuri. Looks okay to me.
Okay. Don't die.
Oh, so you're just gonna stand out there, aren't you?
I mean, I'll help, but if you die, it's not my fault.
Well, we're right beside the church, so you can, like, take my gold and revive me.
Okay, that's the plan.
You guys walk through the hallway. It's a kind of a long one. And you finally reach the end, and when you go inside, you see this massive, just like garden, like a botanical garden area, like where there's like seats and stuff like that all over the place, and seats and that all over the place, and you hear there appears to be this loud booming sound in the background. You hear, just a minute, just. And then you hear like someone speak. You hear this feminine voice speaking in Lupin. But before you hear this massive boom, before a Lupin in full wizard regalia kind of like just teleports into the kind of like opens a portal and walks out in front of you guys. You know, like smoke coming behind them, and they quickly close it behind them. Again, they kind of fix their collar. Yes. Yes. Can I help you? From what I've heard, you need enchanting?
Meiji's kind of perplexed by what just happened before him. Yes, enchanting services. Do you offer any?
Alright, what do you need done?
Meiji, still holding the shotgun, will, like, way off to the side, will, like, lift up his shotgun. Can you enchant this?
She kind of looks at it for a moment and just kind of like raises an eyebrow and says, is that supposed to be a shotgun?
Oh yeah, something that looked like it was just taken straight out of Fallout 3 or New Vegas. A pipe. It looks more like a pipe shotgun than like a regular shotgun too.
She just stares at the shotgun, and then she looks over at the half elf, and then she says, do you need anything enchanted?
Maybe, but do him first.
Alright. And then she kind of notes your outfit. I've seen that outfit before. I assume that you're wearing like your monk outfit from the temple?
Yes.
Yeah, she recognizes the outfit. Hey, Horatio.
Roughly.
Hello.
Currently, your party is inside of a weird wizard tower over in Dog Coast.
Oh, wait, hold on. Where's the map? Where is this?
Do I need to send you the link, or?
Is it images? Yes, send me it.
Alright. Yeah, and then she kind of looks between the three of you now as Horatio kind of like catches up to you all. Well then. But yes, I recognize that outfit. I think I've seen one of someone like you before. Well, not you exactly, but someone who was wearing the same exact outfit.
Who, me?
Speaking to Yuri.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what'd you say?
She said she's seen someone with your outfit before.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you was talking to Horatio. Really? Where?
Ah, he came through this town, in fact. Yes, I assume he was a student of some type, since he wore similar regalia to you. I assume that's student wear.
Out of character. Is that Jack? Was Jack wearing that?
No,
Or
Jack.
no?
Jack wears full plate armor.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. What did he look like?
Half. He appeared to be a. He appeared to be no. He was a full elf. Was a wood elf, in fact. Seemed kind of disheveled somewhat, but he didn't seem to care that much. I don't think he cared much about keeping his appearance up. Messy brown hair, gold eyes, tannish skin.
Is he still here?
I think he went through. I think he went. I think he's. I think he left town. Look, I thought I could have sworn that he was still here, but I haven't caught any sight of him. He must have left. You could ask. You could ask some of the townspeople to see if they've heard anything.
Okay.
Oh, where are my manners? My name is Lin Yu, by the way.
Then you.
Yes, please don't call me Lin.
Oh, I thought you said menu.
No, Lin Yu.
Yeah.
Please don't call me Lin. That's my family's name. Just to be clear, family name first, my personal name last.
Obviously, I'm not an amateur.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many people don't understand how different cultures name their kids differently.
Should I have just been calling Sao Sue Sue the whole time?
Yes, because that's how her name works.
Oh.
Sao is her family name. Sue's her personal name.
But should I have been calling her Sue this whole time?
I mean, you don't usually call. I mean, if you call someone that, it usually means that you're friendly with them. If you call them by their personal name.
Because I thought Sao Sue was one name for a bit.
Anyway, let me take a look at this mess. She says. She takes the shotgun off of you and kind of like brings. And then suddenly, you guys were in a botanical garden, but then suddenly you're inside what appears to be a magical workshop now. And she sets it down on a table.
Oh. Okay. Then make sure to take the shells out before you do anything.
She before you can even, as soon as you say that, she kind of just pops it, and then make sure it's so. Actually no, she doesn't do that. She kind of like looks at you for a moment, and then she kind of like looks down, like kind of aims it for a moment, kind of like to get a feel for it. Jeez, and then she puts it back down and unloads it. So you say you want this enchanted? I assume to be a +1 weapon. She kind of pokes it.
Yes, please.
Alright, looking at this, factoring in the cost, I'll say this will cost you about 70 gold.
He stops himself like, what?
70
I'm sorry,
gold.
what?
It's a +1 weapon.
I know, but when I was doing my own figures, it should have cost down to like 500.
If this is a weapon of greater hitting, maybe, aka +2.
So a +2 costs like 500 or 500 then?
At least 500.
Alright. I'll take the 70 then.
Right. Keep in mind, each of you got 125 gold from Joe.
Oh.
He gave it to you guys. He gave it to you guys so that way you guys could shop.
I feel like I already added in that gold. How much did you say?
125. Yeah.
That's how much we got.
That's how much he gave you guys each.
Yeah, that's a lot.
He picked it off the bodies of the rebels that his master killed, or his master's brothers killed. There you are. Anyway. Also, Yuri, add Also, Yuri, add 13
Huh.
copper on top of that. Hey, Moran.
My hand is here.
I am here.
Hmm.
But only in spirit, because I don't have my computer on me.
If
If you could roll my rolls, then sure.
I can. But anyway, so she and then she kind of like looks at the four of you now as she notes it, and then she proceeds to slowly enchant it. So what are you doing in town exactly? I've never you four passed through here before.
Resupplying.
But other than that, you must be in this area for some reason. There's not much here besides a town of refugees. She says she kind of like looks at one of the bales that's inscribed with runes now.
You're awfully nosy.
Well, yes, I am. I am the one thing keeping this town between it and utter annihilation, so I think I have reason to be.
Well,
Valid.
I guess that's a good reason to be nosy.
And you four are outsiders. Two of you Draconic, which Lupin don't get along with that much, and the other two elves, who the Lupin... Well, that's old history, actually. Not most Lupin don't care about that now. She says, she kind of like, as she says that, she kind of like puts the shotgun back down.
She had a shotgun?
She's enchanting Beiji's shotgun.
Oh. I thought she had a shotgun with her. I'm like, Perry, you might want to...
I found a gun.
But yeah,
The only person to rival Perry.
But yeah, then she looks up at you and says, "And from what I can tell, let's see, a monk of some training, I'm assuming Eastern training, judging by the regalia. That's not fit, by the way." She says, a druid of some type, I'm going to assume a gunsmith, as the dwarves would call it,
Some type.
and a cleric of what god I don't know, because I don't keep track of what gods Draconics
I
follow at
prefer
this
the
point.
term beloved follower of the unifier.
Good to know, she says as she goes back to work. So, someone care to explain to me why you're here and why you brought two humans in tow that are members of nobility over in Trevland? She says
yes.
without even looking down. She says while looking down.
Want a long or short story? Because all of us could tell it.
She looks at Yuri and says, "Short, please."
Yuri, your time is now.
What did he say?
Lingy wants you to tell her the short version of why you guys are here.
Why me? There's like 3 other people in here.
Because she knows.
Yuri.
Because she knows for a fact that you'll speak the quickest and not drag it out.
Wow.
Just by your nonchalant attitude right now.
I haven't even said anything. I'm just joking.
Okay, Whitney.
I'm Horatio.
Oh my goodness.
Basically, we're traveling with a large group to the west to some weird city. I kind of forgot. But we're stopping here for supplies. That's it.
She nods and then goes back to work. Well, I was hoping you'd be the ones dealing with the disappearances, so my people would be less worried. But I see that's not the case. She says she scrapes off some of the rust to write on more glyphs.
Technically, we are.
Oh, wonderful! Please hurry with that. He says as she takes out like what appears to be a carving knife and just seems to carve in another rune. And done. She says after 30 minutes of that. All right, 50 gold, 70 gold, please.
Beiji just slaps it into her hand.
Thank you. She takes it and then hands you back the shotgun. Your shotgun is now a +1 weapon. She then looks at the others. Now, anything else?
Let me hold on.
All also sell magical artifacts, if that's anything.
Oh, what type?
Well, she kind of like looks you guys over. Well, the amount of judging. How much money do you all have?
I have
Enough.
140 to spend.
Does anyone have 500 or more?
Beiji raises his hand.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, then I can bring out my rare collection. Then she then proceeds. She kind of like you hear, and once again, you guys are magically moved into another room that seems to be a storeroom. As she starts looking through different boxes. Let's see what we have here. This. That's useless at this point. I doubt any of you would want to deal with that. You see her throwing like all this stuff around as she's like at like half of her body's inside the
Can I pick up the useless thing?
It appears to be a. She appears to. You see her throw out a bag of holding from what it looks like as one of the useless things.
Can it not hold no more?
I mean, it seems like it's tattered, but it seems like it's still functioning. As you kind of like stick your head in and you see, yep, it's still working. Oh yeah, so that's an old bag of holding. I can, considering how old it is, I can sell that to you for 25 gold.
Sold.
I assume none of you need a band of loyalty, right? I assume none of you are suicidal anyway.
What about Gray Fang? What's his face?
Oh my goodness.
Gray Fang.
Gray Fang.
Wow. Anyway.
It seems like that.
Okay, no one on the band of loyalty. Got it. No one here wants to die if they're knocked unconscious.
What is that?
So basically, the way the band of loyalty works, if you're reduced to 0 HP, you automatically die. It's meant to be a magical artifact that spies use so that way they don't get caught.
Wait, what?
That's literally, yeah, quite literally. If you're reduced to 0 HP while attuned to a band of loyalty, you instantly die. These rings are favored by spies who can't afford to fall into enemy hands.
Oh,
Damn.
okay. No, I don't want it.
Understood. Katana +1, she says. She stabs it into the ground behind her. I still have the beads of force. I'm shocked I still have these.
Beads of force?
She kind of like takes out this this necklace of beads. And she says, and she kind of like takes one of them off and she flicks it at a nearby box and the box just explodes into pieces.
Wait, explodes.
So I'm just gonna copy and paste this for you guys to read.
Whoa.
Well, you guys are actually. Here we are. So, just to be clear, if you throw it at a person, they have to make a dex save. Yeah, if you throw it in a certain range, anyone within 10 feet has to make a dex save. On a fail, they get hit by 5d4 force damage.
Dang, hold up. I want that.
It's a rare item, so it's going to cost at least 500.
5d4?
You said you had over 500, right?
Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, how much?
Okay.
Is it like 500 each?
Oh, no. Oh no, like all the beads all together will be around 500.
Alright, cool.
Since she used one of the beads to give an example, so there's going to be 5 beads.
Wait, how did she use it? Because did she like throw it somewhere and blew up something?
Yeah, she threw it over in a corner where a box was, and you saw the box explode basically from the amount of force that it took.
Yuri has like, if this was an anime, she would have like star eyes. For real. Like, oh, like you want to.
Oh, Sagoina.
Since I use one of these beads, there's 5 left. Only 5 of them. I'd say this cost. Just give me a quick second here. Kind of like you see her pull this book out of her out of the bag that she has at her side, and she starts kind of like looking through it.
She only has 5.
Well, that's how many I rolled. That's she used one of them, so the necklace that she has 5 of them left.
Don't you roll? I want more. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, looks at you and says, "How much is this worth to you?"
What, the beads?
Yes. How badly do you want these beads?
I'll pay around the 500 gold or whatever. I want them.
Since you're doing a kind gesture for my people, I'll bump the price down to 300.
I'll take it.
She gives you the 5. She gives you the 5 force speeds.
Yes.
Right. And then she's gonna keep looking through. She's gonna say, "Oh, anything in particular you all looking for?" So that way I don't have to keep rummaging through this like this.
Oh.
I see you already took the bag of holding in the beads of force. Anything else?
Hold on.
Well, my things are kind of soft and philosophical, so shrug.
So something that increases your intellect. Got it. She immediately dives back into the box.
Is this supposed to be an insult?
No, she meant that quite literally because you said if your things are soft and philosophical, then clearly you mean that you need to increase your intelligence.
No, I just mean more friendship. No, nothing intelligent wise.
Are you sure?
Yes, friendship.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure if you think friendship's going to help you, you might need more of the intelligence. She kind of snickers.
I merely just want the gift of friendship, or at least a good conversation.
She's still like bent over inside the box as you see
Something that Yuri is surprisingly good at.
Friendship?
Good at what?
Yes, friendship.
Yeah, friendship.
The power of friendship.
Yeah. Friendship is magic, Yuri.
Hold up, since when was this My Little Pony?
Oh boy.
We're not playing Pony Finder. Don't get that out of here.
I'm not doing that ever. I just wanted to be stupid.
Is anyone? Why do I still have this charlatan's die? Jeez. She says she tosses it out.
Beiji legitimately exits his pet Russian mode. He says charlatans die.
Whenever you roll the 6-sided die, you control what number it rolls. She has 2 of them.
I'll take both of them.
10 gold altogether.
Beiji literally says, "I'll take your entire stock."
She gives you. Okay, that's gonna cost you 40 gold if you want her entire stock.
For 4 charlatans die.
Yeah, that's 40 altogether.
Okay. What else? Anything else held within?
Why do I still have? She kind of like picks up this box and sets it outside. Chest of preserving. If any of you have a habit of spoiling your food, she immediately looks at the druid.
What? Wait, what?
She said she pulled out a chest of preserving.
Oh. Nah, I think it'll be fine. But do you have anything else that might suit a druid?
Let me see. She starts looking through still. How does anyone here feel a particular way about dirt?
Sure.
We'll have a cleansing stone. You use it. You can use it to clean yourself off.
Maybe, but prestidigitation pretty much always does that.
True. Why do I still have a cloak of billowing? This is the dumbest thing I've ever had, and I still have it. She says she throws out this cloak that seems to be billowing on its own.
What is it?
A cloak of billowing.
It makes you look. It's like there's wind always in your cloak, and it looks badass, I guess.
While wearing this, you can use a bonus action to make it billow dramatically.
That's beautiful. I like that, but I'm not gonna get it. That's more Desolose angle.
Oh my goodness.
The billowy cape. Okay, anyway.
If you had a wizard amongst you, I'd say that he'd probably be interested in this this enduring spellbook, but whatever. She says she tosses it away. How about an ever bright lantern?
Oh.
This bullseye lantern contains a dragon shard that sheds light comparable to that produced by continual flame spell. An ever bright lantern sheds light in a 120-foot cone. The nearest 60 feet is bright light, and the farthest 60 feet is dim light. Basically, it's a forever lantern. 50. She says she sets it down.
50?
50 gold.
Okay.
50.
Okay. 50. I'll pay to 50.
Alright, she kind of like scoots it over to you with her foot before she dives back into the box.
What's it called again? So I type it in.
I got it. An ever bright lantern. I'll put it into your foundry sheets with ease. Give me a second.
Also, my bag of holding.
Yeah.
No.
Has anyone not gotten anything yet? As she keeps digging through.
Actually.
Do you have any recommendations for me?
She looks. God dang it! I keep sending it to Medias. Whatever. I'll just click and drag it over to Horatio's thing.
Oh yeah, we started calling him Midi.
Midi-chlorians. Anyway.
Call him Smitty.
Gabe's character. Okay, I think the ever bright lantern should. No, it's not. Hold up. Click and drag. There we are.
Wait, why is dictionary a thing you need to buy?
Hey, maybe you're learning a new language. Anyway, she looks over at you. She looks over at Marhan. Tell me what's your role in this group?
I'm a friendly supporting guy. I'm the supportive dad. Wait, guy.
Grandpa.
So basically, you keep all of them alive.
Yes.
I fell down. Grandpa.
Bruh.
She kind of like pauses for it. I think I have something specific for a cleric somewhere around here. Come on. Where are you at? Well, while I'm searching for that, does anyone else want anything?
Okay. I thought about the four charlatan die. I'll take that. In addition to I just had it.
Sorry, I missed it. I feel bad now. The moment Keith was just gonna like bring all this information to me, and I was like, huh. And then it disconnected.
Oof. No, she says no. She's looking for the thing that's specific. That's for a cleric.
You still looking?
Yeah, she's still looking, but Looks like Beiji's about to buy a ton of stuff.
Oh shit, Beiji. I'll mute myself.
Hey, but also throw in, if you have it, a pipe of smoke monsters.
She kind of like turns to look at you for a moment.
But on occasion, I like to relax with some halfling weed. Come on.
She slowly pulls out and set it down and just says, "That'll be another 50."
And what about a pole of angling?
What are you up to that you need a pole of angling for?
Hey, you're the first wizard mage I've purchased magic items from, and I have lots of gold.
20.
All right. So 4 charlatan die. The pipe of smoke monsters was 50. You said.
Yep. She's charging you big for that just because she just looks ashamed.
And the pole of angling was
20.
Okay. And and also for my friend Horatio here, if you have a pot of awakening.
A what?
By chance.
What's a pot of awakening?
It lets you if you plant an ordinary shrub in this 10-pound clay pot and let it grow for 30 days, the shrub magically transforms into an awakened shrub at the end of the 30 days. When the shrub awakens, its roots break the pot, destroying it. Basically,
Whoa! So I can have just a sentient shrub along with us for the journey.
It takes 30 days to grow, so.
I want. Okay. I love you. Thank you.
That'll be another 20.
I owe you.
You don't owe me.
Aw. You're sweet.
Hey, you! She immediately points at the cleric. How about she pulls out a staff of healing.
Are you muted?
Fuck! I thought Cookie was muted.
Wow.
No.
How does
Like, why am I not hearing anything? Staff of healing.
Mm-hmm. How's that sound?
Do you want it?
Do.
Heals.
All right. How much money do you have currently?
I don't know, somewhere between 500 and 600.
Why do I not have that much money?
I don't think you've been keeping.
I don't buy like shit in this game.
I haven't been. Like I thought I had, or maybe I spent something before.
I'm just going off of what's listed on Foundry right now, so I'll readjust later.
This is what a staff of healing can do.
Oh. Where? Is it in
Discord?
It's in Discord.
Okay, well it doesn't have any of my money from my actual sheet listed on the Foundry.
Discord!
Oh yeah, because I didn't have the most updated version of Horatio's sheet with his money, so.
It's fine.
When you're guessing the Americans, but that's a fucking weird shotgun. I like it. You will.
Could have sworn.
Sounds good. Yes. How much does this cost?
500. All right.
500.
No higher, no lower. This is a pristine staff that has never been used by anyone.
Could I do it for $4.99 and a hug?
$4.99 and a hug.
$4.99 and 5 silver.
And a hug?
No.
And a hug. I'll take your hug.
Alright.
I hug him.
She hands you the staff and waits for her and holds out her hand for the money.
Yeah, she can get her fucking money. Jesus.
Alright.
She's hugging me.
I'm just disappointedly, hand her the money while I'm getting hugged by Horatio instead.
She then looks at Yuri and says, "Anything else that catches your fancy?"
Out of character, is there a way to I hope this doesn't sound stupid, but can I make my darts elemental or something? Make them cool.
Yeah, you could make them elemental.
Fire dart. Throw it in your face.
You would like me to make your darts fire?
No, I can't do fire. Maybe ice.
Ice darts.
Wait,
Yes.
I thought you were able to finally learn firebending, or have you not yet?
No, I can do water. I added water.
All right. So what type of element shall I do? She then proceeds to show some of the elements with her hand: lightning, fire, cold, acid, force, psychic. Yeah, and
Dude,
then she kind of swats away.
Dart.
She kind of swats away this little weird octopus-looking thing that spawned when she said psychic.
Oh my god.
She snaps and it goes away. Hate it when that happens. Anyway.
Dude.
Actually, lightning darts sound cool though.
Lightning darts.
Lightning it is. She said, "Please hand me your darts."
Okay.
Right.
I have to think of a name for my plant now.
All right. She takes the darts, and how many darts do you have?
I think I have. Let me see.
Over on Foundry it says 5, but I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Hell no, I
Shit.
have 30.
You have how many?
I bought 20 darts to add on my 10.
All right.
30. I don't think I used since.
All right. He takes the. All right. He says, "All right. Well, looking at this, considering that you're using lightning, which is a common element to use, I would say this is going to cost you 30 gold total.
Okay.
1 gold per dart."
Now, how much damage would they do since they're lightning?
They would deal an extra. If you want, they would deal an extra 2d6 lightning damage.
Okay.
And a normal dart's 1d4 or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can I +1 my scimitar?
Your scimitar is already +1.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, remember the what's his face? The Ifrit you guys met back a while ago, who you helped fight a water genie. He upgraded all your weapons to +1 and gave Yuri a ring of protection since she already had a +1 weapon.
Well then, why doesn't it say it on my character sheet? I swear, Horatio's one fucks up all the time. I don't understand.
Alright, so. Alright.
Alright, well, I'm done.
Are the rest of you done as well?
I think I'm good. Yeah. Again, thank you, Beiji.
Well?
Now I gotta think of a name for my shrub.
Beiji will tip his hat to the mage. And thank you for enchanting my shotgun for me.
No problem. Just try not to blow it up in the future.
He looks at it. Honestly surprised that hasn't blown up on me yet.
Give it some time, it probably will. She says she goes back as she looks as suddenly you guys are back in the botanical garden.
Ooh, it's got I sit to enjoy this.
Right. I'm adding the items to your foundry sheets. Just to let you guys know. Just to be clear, and then Morahan got a staff of protection. Staff of healing. Then Beiji got a +1 shotgun.
Boom, boom.
Alright. Then what else did he get? Oh, he got Charlatan's Dime.
You guys go in the Wolven Church before I came in?
No, we did not.
No.
Okay.
Right? She says, alright, that'll be all. You can she kinda like shoos you guys out.
Alright. And I don't have a flower crown, but here is a single daisy. And I just like put it in her hand and like pat, and then I go.
She takes the daisy and then nods slowly before kind of like placing it with one of the, kind of like plants it somewhere. As you guys walk out, you see that it's still raining outside as it is slowly approaching noon.
What next?
Well, I was more than likely gonna take a trip over to the marketplace and see if I can track something down. Or track a couple things down.
Okay. Yeah, are you gonna do the same?
Wait, where's Beiji going?
Going to the market.
To the market. So we're basically just getting supplies and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. You can look around for that fellow student.
Oh yeah, I was getting ready to say I want to do that, but I didn't want to be like, well, maybe I should get some more stuff. No.
More things.
More stuff. All right, I'm gonna search for the student.
The stuff that you don't need.
Does anyone have a preference who I go with?
No, it don't matter.
What's Marhan gonna be up to?
Marhan, what do you? Yeah, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
I don't know what I want to do.
I do whatever I do, man. Whatever the universe thinks is best.
The universe thinks you should go to the market.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
It's a sign. I heard it from the heavens. The universe should think you should go to the market.
The market.
The universe is apparently British. Who knew?
The universe sounds like Roxy. What the fuck?
The universe speaks the Queen's English, apparently.
Queen's English.
I mean, it technically
I
is.
dropped my lemon fancy.
I mean, technically, it is the Queen's English because it's whoever ruling at the time. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing a Cockney accent. I'm doing, yeah.
All right. So, Yuri will be heading off on her own to see if she can find her fellow student.
I mean, I could help if you want some help.
Or I could go with. I don't have any plan.
Yuri.
It doesn't matter. One of y'all can join. Fine with it. Either way.
I'll go with Yuri.
But it don't matter, no. God, this game's thing.
All right. So, if you guys will look at the map of Dark Coast, you can see there's different areas where you can go. There's the inn in the center of town. There's the stronghold. There's a blacksmith. There's a general goods store, and there's a stable.
And the church.
And the church. And then the farmland over to the top right, if you guys wanted to visit there for some reason. So, I assume, Beiji, you're heading to the marketplace, quote unquote, so are you heading particularly to the blacksmith, the general store?
Okay, the main thing he wants to look into would probably be towards the blacksmith.
Right, you'll be headed that way then. Yuri, at the same time, Yuri, where will you begin your search?
She kind of like looks around for a moment and then think, where do you? Well, she looks at Horatio and is like, where do you think a lot of people would be?
Probably. Maybe we should start at the inn. Well, where would a monk want to go? That's the question.
Not sure. They might want to go to someplace quiet.
So maybe the church. It is right next to us already. Couldn't hurt to take a quick peek.
No one's as quiet as before their gods.
Yeah. And if not, if not, then maybe the farmland. We could check in there.
Okay, let's go to the church.
Let's go to church.
Take me to church.
I worship like a dog at the shrine of your life.
If you go to church, bitch, then go to church.
Oh my goodness! So the three of you head over towards the church, towards the Woven Church, which you see as main. Well, it was originally dedicated to the Lightbringer. As more Lupin came in, it slowly began to be reintegrated towards their gods. As you see more Lupin statue of Lupin gods and wolves around the church.
Is there any like staff or church officials inside?
Oh yeah, you see plenty of priests and the like tending to altars. You see a couple of people praying in front of gods and the like.
Is there like is there like the father or whatever like?
Yeah, you see a rather.
Priest.
Yeah, he kind of sticks out because you see a rather large Lupin kind of just standing in front, like standing at the pew. He's kind of like looking. He's kind of like his back is to you guys as you guys walk into the church. He's kind of like looking up at a huge painted glass mural of a story that you don't think you've ever seen before.
Can I roll history on it?
Sure. Whoever would like to learn try to figure out what the story is, roll history.
Eight.
4.
As a private GM roll again.
Okay.
Make sure to do public rolls, folks.
13.
Alright, and Marhan, do you want me to roll for you?
Oh, I thought he was.
Sure.
Alright. Unnatural 20.
Yay!
Got it. That's good though.
So, Marhan, due to being a cleric and due to your time up farther north, you kind of like are able to piece together the story more, and Marhan kind of like tells the story to you guys. It's the story of the exodus of the Lupin. So the far left begins back in the Feywild, like where the elves, Lupin, the Vespidon, all the Fey races used to live together in harmony. And then you see the classic moment in Elven pantheons where the chained king tried to, because he was corrupted by the Web Mother, tried to kill his wife, the All Mother, the All Mother, the Matron Mother. I forget
It was Thirsty Thursday at the brewery.
Thirsty Thursday!
So, the elves were embroiled in a great civil war, and all the people of the elves, all the people of the Feywild were forced to choose a side. However, the Lupin, who were guardians of the Feywild, chose not to protect either side, chose not to fight for either side. They would stand in the middle and do nothing. Unfortunately, the majority of elves were cast out, and because the Lupin refused to side with the rightful gods, they and their gods were cast out from the Feywild. At the same time, the elves, angry at them for not supporting them in the Civil War, basically you see pictures of some Lupin being attacked by elves, and basically them being barred from elven towns and cities, and you see that basically the Lupin were basically kicked out of the East.
Mm-hmm.
And you see first they tried to unify with the Wolfera and the Gnolls, but then eventually when the Long Night came, they fractured and the Lupin escaped northward. The Lupin were attacked by demons, and the majority of the race was dragged in chains northward. And now they've begun to have a massive exodus from the north as they're trying to escape the demons. And basically the last mural is a prophecy that says that one day they'll find a homeland for themselves. And you see this painting of like the great heroes of the Lupin past all rising to basically to shield their people. And basically when they find their homeland, the Lupin heroes will conquer that land for them and basically give them a lasting home until the end of time. It starts off it starts off happy, turns great, turns bleak, but then it ends on a hopeful note, potentially.
Marhan, you remembered all that.
It was Thirsty Thursday at the brewery.
It was Thirsty Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yari, since the priest is over there and this is kind of your thing, if you want to go ahead, you can.
Well, you have to know these types of things as cleric.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah.
European or American, Swallow?
So, Yuri, do you walk up to the father of the church?
Yeah.
All right. He kind of so as you approach, his ears kind of twitch, and he turns around while standing, and you see that this Lupin is way taller than you are. He stands about 8 feet tall in this priestly outfit that it's kind of weird seeing like this huge Lupin in. He kind of looks down at you, and he speaks in Elvish. May I help you, my child?
Hey, so have you seen like a student around here kind of wearing the same clothes as I am, messy hair, all that stuff?
He kind of scratches his muzzle for a moment. I do remember a elf of that stature coming through here recently. He seemed to be asking questions about the local area. From what I recall, I believe he went to the inn to get a room afterwards.
Oh, so he's still here.
I don't know if he's still here or not. I just remember that's where he went.
How long ago was this again?
This was yesterday, in fact.
Oh, good.
Oh, so there's still a chance he might be there. Okay, thanks.
May your gods guide you. He says. He gives like a quick as he draws like a symbol of the Lupin pantheon in the air before he turns back to the mural.
Peace be with you, good sir. And also with you.
And also with you. Jeez. May your travel be light and your death be swift.
Don't.
Okay. Switching over real quick. Perry, you arrive at the blacksmith.
Oh. Alright then.
I glitched out for that for a second.
I'll knock on the blacksmith's door.
Yeah, come in.
I'm just
You see this black-furred Lupin who's missing one of his ears, kind of like hammering away at a piece of metal.
Aww.
old warrior.
Yeah, old idiot, more like. Anyway, what do you want? He says as he stops for a moment and looks over at you.
This this may not be in your realm of or no offense and fine work. But do you have any barbed wire, spools of barbed wire?
Oh, barbed wire, you say? Kind of like scratches his remaining ear and kind of like just looks up. Oh, you'll want that from the general goods store. I don't make that stuff really. You know, I don't know where the general store guy gets it from. He sells like 50 feet of them for like 75 gold each.
I thought it was. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright. I was curious if you created any and had it at a lower price.
Fortunately not. He kind of like, he corners the market on that stuff.
By chance, do you have any just like scraps of metal pipe and stuff like that?
He motions
Stuff
over
that
to
not gonna be-
he motions over to a huge scrap heap he has in the corner of experiments that he tried to do that didn't end well.
I'll give you 20 GP, and if you let me just dig through that and take what I want.
He holds out his hand.
Beiji slaps the gold in his hand, and as Cookie said, if this was an anime, you suddenly see him leap up and dive in, do a swan dive straight in.
And where?
into a pile of scrap.
Into the unknown. Into the unknown.
Yuri, your anime ass has inspired this. I hope you're happy.
Into the unknown.
Stop being such an
Happy
anime
to be
ass.
here.
Yuri's
That's probably what Beiji's probably gonna do that for a solid hour.
all right.
If she didn't do that, I would have.
All right.
I would have started the anime.
We're switching back. You guys arrive at the tavern. You see that you see the inn hasn't changed much since you guys were here the day before yesterday.
I already
Very
moved
sick.
over there.
Yeah, as you guys walk in, you see Jack and Joe kind of like hanging around the tavern.
What's
Just
up?
chilling.
Yeah, Jack's chilling at a table, kind of just humming to himself, while Joe's kind of like leaning against one of the pillars that holds up. Joe's leaning against one of the pillars that holds up the building, kind of like scanning the room.
Is there like a what's it called?
Bartender.
A lady who like checks in people.
You mean like the barkeep or the innkeeper?
I guess the innkeeper.
Alright, the innkeeper kind of like sitting at the bar, like where the barkeep is, and is kind of like nursing herself for a drink.
Okay. She like gives a slight wave to Jack, but doesn't say anything to the other guy.
Jack gives like this big wide smile
That dude.
and waves back.
No. He's baby.
So she goes to the bar and talks to the innkeeper.
Oh hey, look, you're back. You staying another night?
Maybe. I have a question about a customer.
Customer.
Yeah, this guy who looks like who has the same outfit as me, but messy hair and all that.
Ah, I know who you're talking about. What was his name? Honey, do you remember what his name was? The Isaiah boy? Yeah, him.
Who?
I believe he only gave us his first name, but his name was Isaiah?
Wait, what's his name cut out?
Isaiah.
Isaiah? Are you serious?
Isaiah Kage, from what I remember.
Okay. Is he still here, or did he leave?
He paid for the room for today. He hasn't left his room from what I've seen.
Really?
We haven't seen him come down for breakfast unless he left like early in the morning.
Do you know, where's his room? Do you think I could go up there?
Room 203. She points upstairs.
Thank you. And she like hurries up and goes upstairs.
Alright. You quickly find room 203 after you get to the top of the stairwell. Or get to the top of the stairs on the second floor.
I'll be polite this time and knock.
You knock. No response.
I'll knock again.
No response.
I'll kick down the door.
Roll to hit.
I just do martial arts.
Yeah. If you're gonna punch it, then martial arts.
Punch the door down.
15.
15. That hits on the dot because Wood's AC is 15. Roll damage.
No, 7.
7. Thankfully you don't break the door down, but you are able to knock it open. And you find a bedroom that looks disheveled as all hell.
And he's not in there.
Nope. You do find monk regalia all over the place. You can tell that he's definitely from your temple now.
Damn, we missed him.
You see a glowing crystal on his desk. That seems to be lighting up.
Oh shit.
Go and touch the crystal.
As soon as you touch the crystal, a familiar sea elf woman pops up, beams out of the crystal, and says, "Isaiah, find a Yuri."
Oh, hey, Sea Warrior. She like quickly fixes her hair and her clothes.
She kind of like folds her arm and says, "I was expecting Isaiah. I didn't think that you were with him."
I'm not. I just arrived at the town he's in.
Have you seen him?
No. Hence why I'm in his room right now. Wait, what is he doing here?
Well, he told me that he was looking into some disturbances that were going on nearby. You know, he usually keep all my students that remember to grab their crystals usually keep in contact with me during their travel. She says she gives you a look. Can you guess where I found your crystal?
Guess.
In your room.
It was in my room the whole time?
Yes, you left it behind when you went off on your journey.
Wow,
What
I
was in
can't
there, Mike?
believe I forgot the crystal. I forgot.
Oh shit. Mm.
Just hold on to Isaiah's for now. How has your speaking of a student? How has your training been going?
It's been fine, Master. No need to concern yourself with.
Have you finally been able to control water bending?
Yes, I recently learned it for your information. She kind of like holds her head up high.
So the Z warrior kind of gives like a soft smile. Wonderful. Only one element left then.
Don't remind me.
Yes, the one element that's the exact opposite of you, the hot-tempered fire.
Look, I can hang up right now.
she kind of chuckles. Yes. Anyway, go find Isaiah for me, and when you do, make sure to hit him upside the head.
Awesome. Okay.
Anyway, she puts her fist in her hand and she puts her fist in her hand and says, "Until I see you next."
Goodbye, Master.
And then the crystal shuts off.
Yuri's face is kind of hot, and she kind of like pats her cheeks, like, God, I didn't think I would see her like that. Okay.
At the same time downstairs, Morhand, Horatio, what are you guys doing while you're waiting for Yuri to come down?
Ah, yes, I have arrived. Mark.
Oh, I
That's
thought
me.
I was up there with her, but
Oh,
is anything going on downstairs?
Yeah, let's get dancing.
Jack just seems to be idling by himself. Jack and Joe seem to be idling by themselves in like different areas of the inn. The two of them don't seem to be speaking to each other currently.
Is there music
you two.
and can we start dancing?
I do have a question to ask to them.
What is it?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Are they like young people? You know,
They're both 20.
youngins.
Yeah, they're both they're both 20 years old. They're 2 years older than the prince.
Ah, yes.
Young people.
The youngins.
Young.
So, how good at you are at dancing?
me.
Joe kind of shrugs. As well as I need to be, I do need to attend balls for the young. I do need to attend the balls for the young in the young master's place, and also attend them with my family as well. Jack kind of like
really Oh yeah, go on.
Jack kind of blushes as he scratches his head. He's like, "Not at all. I prefer fighting to dancing."
Ah, well, you've came to the right place. I need advice on how to dance.
Joe kind of like has a smile come up to his face for a moment before he quickly forces it down.
Horatio can agree. My dancing is not what's the word? Good. Is good the word?
Yeah. Yes.
Ah, yes. And I He quote unquote said that I danced like a brick in the water.
Did I say that?
Okay.
I didn't say that.
So you dance like
Did I say that?
so you dance like an old elf who has arthritis.
Well, I think they
That
call
sounds
me
more
a
like it.
dragonborn these days, but yes.
Hmm.
And I could use some good advice from some young people on how to dance cool and hip for my children.
Unless you feel like dancing like nobles do, like human nobles do over in Trevlin, I don't know how much help I can be. And he can barely dance much, and he can barely make sure a weapon of his doesn't break, much less dance.
Oh, come on. We could at least try.
I would have said I'm young and hip too, but then I remembered I'm 133.
You are young. You are young, dude. You are barely a young adult.
Oh, wait.
Young and
hold
hip
on.
too, I swear.
Yuri, as you come back down, you see Marhan trying to learn how to dance.
Yo, performance roll?
Yeah, I will
Performance
perform.
roll?
I will perform
He's
it.
learning how
All
to
four of us
dance.
performance roll? All four of us?
I'm not sure if Jack's gonna roll perform. Jack's
I'll
definitely.
roll
Come on.
performance.
Come on, Jack. Come on. I won't dance unless Jack does.
Oh wait, I accidentally rolled Horatio. I'm sorry. Oof.
Yes!
Okay, so
I'm
Horatio
using that.
Horatio got an unnatural 20. Marhan got a 6.
As he should.
Yeah, as I should.
All right, let's see.
If I got anything higher, I'd be disappointed, actually.
All right, Jack. Okay, so Jack is not proficient. So neither of them are proficient in performance, funnily enough. So
What is this?
So that's gonna be a 14 from Joe, and then he's gonna roll an ability check. That's a 12 from Jack. So basically, Horatio kind of like takes to it the best from what it looks like. But you see that Joe is more of teaching. Jack is kind of like stumbling a little bit, but Marhan is basically just white boy dancing.
Marhan is a brick in the water, as I said.
No, Marhan
hold on.
is
Hold on.
white boy
Yeah.
dancing, Yuri, as you come back
Yeah.
down.
No.
White boy dancing. Oh no. No, it's gotta be old man dancing, dude.
Yeah.
Barely moving their arms.
He's doing the two-step.
Everything is either forearm or wrist action.
He's doing the two-step, but he's barely doing two steps.
I'm doing
Mohan, watch me. Watch how I do it. You see, you
really?
do it like this.
Uh-huh.
It's just a jump to the left, and then a step to the right. And then
Look,
I
I'm
don't
trying
remember.
my best, okay?
It's okay. I don't actually remember the rest of the lyrics to the time warp. Damn it.
As soon as Jack sees
Wait,
Yuri,
wait.
he blushes and just immediately stops.
What?
And
Hey.
no, like blushes out of embarrassment, not like that. Jesus.
Oh yeah. I was about to say.
Joe kind of like looks over and says, "Did you find what you need up there?"
I never
I did.
wanna hear you say,
But
oh.
enough about me. What are you guys doing?
Your friend Marhan wanted to learn how to dance, and Horatio.
Oh,
joined her.
Yuri. Come and join us.
Are you serious?
I am very serious. Why would I not be serious?
Just one dance. If you stop dancing, you're horrible.
Oh,
You see,
he kind of looks down a bit. Yeah, he's kind of sad about it.
Joe kind of like pats him on the shoulder. Don't worry, you're not as bad as a chalk.
Ah, come on.
When he tried to court Lady Anya, I swear it was like he had 2 left feet.
Well, this is why I have this, and I have the Warhammer, and I kind of just lean on that. Lean on me.
Put your hands on your hips.
Jeez.
Bring the knees and die. But it's a pelvic thrust.
With the 15, Yuri kind of joins in the dance and is easily keeping up. She has more of an Eastern dance style as her monk training kind of like helps her dance. And I'm just gonna say this, Beiji, Beiji, real quick, did you still want to get the barbed wire or no?
This is like 75 for a 50-foot roll. He's gonna go to the general store and just see if they have any like smoking tobacco or anything.
That costs you. He gives you 10 pounds for like 20 gold.
Oh,
And after you get all that, you kind of like walking back to the inn, and you walk in to see everyone dancing, and you're just kind of while you have your drugs in your hand.
This is why we need to start singing. Come on, Backstreet Boys, here we go.
I'm teaching Yuri like fire dances, like
Hey.
Fire Nation type dance.
Oh my goodness!
Beiji comes walking in. He has the pipe in his mouth. He's trying to light a match. He has his and he has like he has like a little sack with some tobacco in it with the rest of his backpack, and he comes walking in and sees this.
Yep.
Should have bought some halfling weed if I was gonna see this.
I am going to immediately rush forward and grab Beiji by the wrist and bring him into the fray.
No.
Beiji roll performance.
Ain't nothing but a miss.
This is
Let
the
me
And there's
pull up.
Marhan singing.
Oh,
Tell me why. I know wanna be so.
Was that's a nat 20? He rolled a nat 20.
I have a -2 in performance?
Yeah, he has a -2 because he has -2 charisma.
Oh, okay.
So
But that's
That's
great.
funny.
with a nat 20.
Yeah, Beiji.
With a nat 20, which is a natural 18, you see Beiji kind of join in, and he's kind of like awkward with it, but he's doing it. He's having fun. He's like Commander Shepard. He's just doing it with fun. Wait, that's it. That's it. Marhan was dancing like Commander Shepard. That's what I'm doing now.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
What is Commander?
Hold up, I got
Oh, it's
this.
horrible.
I got
it's
it.
bad.
Hold up.
I've never played. What's it called?
Ass effect.
Space.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect. Space. I was just gonna say space game.
Space game. Space Dragon Age.
Shepard dance. There he is. There it is. There it is. This is how Shepard dances.
Marhan right now.
No, Marhan. Does Girl Shepherd do it like this too?
Yes, all
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
All shepherds are genetically designed to suck at dancing.
Dang.
Oh,
I'm
Garrus
sorry,
in the back.
Yeah, Garrus is doing the same exact dance, but he.
Thanks,
Yeah, got
Garrus.
some moves, though. Come on
my
now.
adorable Birdman.
Hold up. Garrus does have some moods though, because for example, so I will never get over the fact that Shepard is spelled the way it is.
What?
Also, I don't know why this is a thing, but
What?
That's
Yeah, because
beautiful.
you can fall in love with Garrus.
only as a female shepherd, not male shepherd.
Man, that's bullshit.
I know. Bogus.
Well, if Garrus is straight, Garrus is straight, man.
Yeah,
So you all are
I
having
guess.
So you all are having a good time, and then suddenly a farmer kind of like comes bursting into the tavern, kind of like panting.
What happened?
My youngest, he found a body by the farm.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
To Yuri immediately.
Yuri's gone.
That worked.
Blink, and she's gone.
Yuri gone.
Yuri just
quick question.
Yuri just bolted through the door as soon as she heard that.
Quick question. Is the doors to the inn like double doors?
Yes, it is.
Well, Beiji is like right behind Yuri, but instead of like weaving around the farmer, he just simply kicks open the other door and runs out.
If you guys would please open the quest log over in the journal entries, you can accept the quest for body near the farm.
No, I can't.
Well, you can, but the others can.
Where's the
Yes.
quest?
So if you guys go to the double book symbol, there should be a quest log thing, and available you should see body near the form, and you should be able to grab that by clicking the star. I hope.
It just says character stuff under.
I don't see that. I just see disappearances on the frontier.
You don't. There's not an available quest tab.
Oh, okay.
No, wait.
Where is this?
So the double book symbol, there's over in the chat, over above the chat. If you click that, there should be a button down at the bottom that says quest log. If you click that, a little thing will pop up. It'll have different quests listed. Hey,
The journal entry?
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, I pressed that. It just says character stuff under it.
down at the bottom right.
Oh, quest log, sorry.
Yep. Well,
I
somebody's.
have my thing zoomed out because it's hard to see like the map when it's all
I get you.
body near the farm.
Yep. Someone accepted it for you. So here we go. So you guys head over to the farm, and as you guys head over to the farmland, and as you guys do head there, you guys kind of like figure out where the body is, and you were the first one to arrive, and you see that this body is heavily tattered, is horribly destroyed, but you can tell that the remnants of his clothes is monk robes.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, your boy died. There goes ya boy Easy.
Your boy easy. Can I roll do I need to roll investigation or something?
Yes, you can roll investigation.
Wait, I'm sorry. How do I add it as doing the
You don't have to.
quest?
Someone did already, so it's in your in progress thing. A nat 20, okay.
Wait.
With a nat 20,
Gotcha.
you can tell that this monk was horribly ripped to shreds by something. Like the weapons seem to be the weapons are unlike any, or like whatever cut it up is unlike any weapon you've seen before. You can as you kind of like look into the wounds further, you kind of if you knew a bit more, but if you were looking at this medically, you could probably try to figure out what this material was maybe.
But real quick, is that Desire though?
Yeah, you can tell now. You can tell that that whatever's left is a wood elf, and his hair. You can see the messy hair used to be brown.
Okay.
That's gonna be an F in the chat for a boy Easy.
Can I roll medicine on the body
Yep.
so I can like see what the weapon was? Oh, load. Where's the damn buttons? It disappeared again. 7.
With a
So that was a
7.
nat 1 then, never mind.
Oh no. Keep in mind, no critical fails for ability checks. You kind of
Okay.
look at the body. You kind of are looking at it. Okay. Okay, this appears to be. I'm trying to do my best to raise your voice. Okay, this appears to be this appears to be attacked by a blade of some type. It's not a natural blade. Maybe organic. Maybe. It's kind of hard to be able to tell what exactly was it hit this thing.
So it could have been like a grass or grass blade or something like that.
Something like that, or something fleshy.
A fleshy blade, or like a claw.
Yeah.
And I just kind of think these things aloud.
am I supposed to see black?
Oh, no. Is your person not there? Basie should be there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Beiji's here,
I can't.
in the
see
middle of this
anything.
field.
Oh, wait. It might be because I don't have a global illumination on. Give me a second. Let me just...
Illumination!
Illumination,
No.
illumination.
No!
Fine. Yeah, I didn't have global illumination on. I'm sorry. Here we go. There we go. We should be able to see now.
Excuse me. Jeez.
Can you see it now, Barry?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Sorry.
You're good. Don't worry. And Marhan's there too, despite the fact that Kara can't see, but that's fine. You guys,
The gang's all here.
as you can see, you're in the farm. You see like you see that the body was found actually, I'm gonna move you guys right here so that way you guys aren't standing in like the crops.
What if I want to? No. I can't.
Greetings, whore. Fortnite dances.
Paws kind of like sniffs the body and like it looks like he's about to gag for a moment.
Wait, I'm gagging? What? Why?
No, pause.
Pauses.
Pause. What
What?
the heck, dude?
Wait, why is Paws gagging?
You know,
On what?
he's
Sniffed the body.
It's okay.
He sniffed the body. He was like, ew.
Oh
His
no!
niece.
Wait, make the sound.
You're welcome.
I love Keith's Paws voices.
He kind of like nudges it with its nose and then kind of like backs away.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Can I give Paz a hug?
You hug the big
Yay.
giant riding
Yes.
lizard.
Yeah?
Yes, you hug it.
And?
It kind of like leans into your
Yeah.
hug.
Hopefully I
This
smell
is a
better.
Good boy. You smell good. You.
And you guys, I mean, as you guys are kind of looking at the body, you guys kind of hear like howls in the distance of like wolves.
Some whooping in the distance.
Or actual wolves.
Whooping.
A whoopin'.
And as you guys keep looking at the body, that's when you start to realize the howls are getting closer.
The hell's what?
The howls
Howling?
the howls of the wolves are getting closer. And that's kind of weird because wolves don't usually get this close to settlements unless they know that they're going to get food of some type.
Unless
But they would.
Know that they're going to get food of some type.
Ooh. Oh shit, you mean like me?
No.
You call me?
And you
No,
see
like the
Right.
dead body that's right here.
and you see 5 wolves kind of like peek out of the woods.
Wait, do I have speak with Hanimals?
Yeah.
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 You gonna cast it as a
Let me
ritual?
see. Let me see. Yeah, sure.
Right, so that's
Wait, where is it? Which spell slot is it?
I think it's a Are you looking in your spell book this time?
Yeah.
First level.
Really?
It's a first level spell.
Okay.
Right, so you cast
Well, I
it.
guess I already had it prepared.
Alright, if you cast as a ritual, that's not spending a spell slot. 10 minutes pass. And speak.
Speak.
Hello, what's up? You guys?
They don't say anything.
No. Yeah.
What's up, my wolf nibbers?
They don't seem to be saying anything as they kind of just as kind of like their ears twitch and they kind of like look at you guys. They look at the body, then they look at you guys.
Hey, if you're hungry, we can provide something else, but, this body right here used to be a friend. You think you could divert to a different meal?
The one in the lead steps forward, kind of like sniffs, and then it kind of looks up at you guys. It cocks its head to the side slightly, before it goes back to normal. And you know a wolf's snout.
Yeah.
You see it split into 4 directions as it suddenly lets out this sonic scream, and you see the other four do the same exact thing, as these
That's
are
not a
not wolves. And we're
That's
gonna roll
the thing.
and we're gonna roll
It's
initiatives
the
now.
thing.
It's the thing.
It's the thing.
It's 11:30. Okay, I'm doing it.
God, guys, we gotta get the Antarctic and flamethrowers now.
So what now?
Oh my god, you have never watched The Thing, have you?
Shut the fuck up.
It sounds so done.
Instead of going for the shotgun, you just see Beiji
Flamethrower.
Double fist Molotov cocktails.
There we go, boy. Boy.
Wow, they all rolled way
Double
higher.
fisted Molotov cocktails. I respect it.
Yuri, roll initiative, please.
I'm trying. The stupid thing won't come up.
The fist.
Also, I
Yeah,
have to
where
say
my
this
name
for the
comes up.
record. After this combat, I'm gonna have to go. Mainly because my phone's probably gonna die and I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
and I'm gonna be asleep.
This is gonna be a short one, don't worry. Marhan rolled a 5.
Oh man, I'm just on the record of rolling moves today. I'm not even rolling.
Do you want me to roll for you, Cookie?
Wait,
Roll
Yes,
it, roll
please.
it, roll it.
You rolled.
can I, as
8.
a reaction? Sorry.
Yuri rolled a 23.
Thank.
So that means Yuri's gonna start initiative, and we're gonna begin combat. What? Wait, you said you want to do a reaction for what?
Can I put Uzziah's body into the bag of holding? So
That bag of holding, it's not gonna be able to stretch, I think, to fit him.
wait, what?
I don't think the
You
bag of
cut
holding.
out.
I don't think the bag of holding can stretch to fit him.
Are you sure?
How much?
Like, is it stretching the mouth?
Yeah, because the mouth has a certain stretch limit.
Uh,
It's roughly 2 feet in diameter at the mouth, and 4 feet deep.
well, I just wanted to protect the body, but it's fine. Okay.
All right, Yuri, you start off.
Wait, that was kind of cool though. I got like a little turn sequence. Like what? Okay.
Yeah.
Next turn.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure it out.
My phone's at 8%, boys.
Don't die. Oh no, don't leave.
Y'all, if I die, I die, dude. It happens. If I die, you at least know why.
Life is shit, and then you die.
I think I'm gonna throw a dart at them because I'm too far away.
You're gonna throw it at which one?
The one at the front.
All right, roll to attack. Let me roll to hit.
I'm moving the spot because I don't trust this.
Oh my goodness, it rolled nice for you for your ability checks.
You rolled it for me though.
No, I didn't. You rolled it.
You did.
You rolled investigation. You got a nat 20. Stop complaining.
Alright, I'll do it. But, you know, if it fails me, I'm blaming you. You see this? I got a 9.
Second attack.
What did I say?
Second attack.
What did I
For
say?
your second attack. That one hits.
Okay.
You deal
Bruh, I have lightning damage.
The first-
I hate it here. Okay.
the first start goes wide, but the second one hits dead on, dealing 7 piercing damage and 4 lightning, kind of burning the pelt of the lead wolf, quote unquote.
Is he like bigger than them?
Nope, it's they all seem to be normal sized wolves.
Hmm. Okay. I think. Can I do anything as a bonus action?
Step of the wind. Features. Bonus action. Patient defense. You dodge as a bonus. You spend 1 key point to dodge as a bonus action. Step of the wind. Spend 1 key point to take the disengage or dash action. Or water whip. Water whip, which is a bonus action.
I think I'm too far for that, so I'm done.
Right. The wolf behind where the pack leader is gonna move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and he's gonna and then his muzzle spreads into all 4, and he's gonna let out this screech at you guys as Yuri does a 17 hit.
I don't think so. No.
All right. That's gonna be his turn. Next up, you suddenly you hear this sound, and you see this abomination of a creature come stumbling out of the forest. It looks like it used to be man, but whatever it is, you see these arm blades that are covered in blood, and it seems to screech at you guys.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wait, what just happened?
There's a strange undead that's entered the battlefield. It seems to sniff, and it growls at you guys, and it's going to charge straight ahead at Yuri. And
Is
attack.
it like a used to be a Lupin?
Nope. Whatever. You cannot tell what race this thing used to be.
Damn, I was gonna say it's the Wolfman, but now here we go.
Yuri,
The Wolfman.
unnatural 20.
Damn. Okay.
You take 7 slashing, 3 necrotic, and then suddenly you take this psychic damage as you realize that it's been hunting you and your friends. As you are its hunted
Me?
foe.
Oh shit!
Oh. Oh my god.
And then it's gonna attack.
Gary,
And that's
how dare you?
And then it's gonna attack again. That's a 13, so it's gonna miss that time. That's gonna be its turn. Next up, Strange Wolf 1 is gonna move ahead. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. He's gonna how far is that? He's gonna take a deep breath. He's gonna look at Beiji, and he's going to scream as he lets out a sonic screech of his own. Beiji does that's a nat 20.
Damn.
So that's 25 to hit. You take a total of, what is that? 15 thunder damage. And I need you to roll me a con save. Click the button, please.
Wait, everybody?
No, just Beiji. Okay.
15.
Thankfully, you are fine. As you feel your ears start to fade, have the sound fade away, but you do come back to normal with a little bit of ringing in your ear.
He's still double fisting the Molotov cocktails right now.
20, 35, 30,
One bottle in each hand.
5. This one is gonna take a deep breath. It's gonna screech at Yuri again, screech at Yuri like his friends did. And that's gonna be an 8, so he's gonna miss. Beiji, it is your turn.
Okay. Alright, so how far is it from there to there? I'll just okay. And well, Beiji's gonna throw 2 Molotov cocktails straight to the center of the cluster. 3
Alright.
monsters.
Alright, do the thing, please. Oh, Alchemist
Oh.
Fire.
Never mind. No.
I was about to say, I thought you read them all. Okay, there we go. 12. That's not do dexterity. Okay, so they're going to roll a save. Saves. What's the dex save?
Second here. Come on, PDF, work with me.
First one rolled a nat 20.
He passes.
7.
I think that one fails.
Alright, he's got to roll a dex save for the second one. That's a 13.
I have a 14 listed
Alright,
for me.
alright, he fails that. This is gonna save 13. So the first one's gonna take so the one up top is gonna take half damage. Then the other two are gonna take the full damage.
For both attacks, for both uses of Molotov cocktails.
Alright, that's right. The other one has to roll another save. Give me a second, because I forgot it was 10-foot radius. Another save. He's going to succeed the second one too, so half damage on that.
So 6 and 2.
Anything else you want to do this turn?
Action move. I see.
I think you already moved up.
Yeah, I already did my move action. I don't. No, breath weapon's actually a full action, not a bonus action. Where did I get the bonus action from? Jeez.
Because the firebrand, because I think the firebrand or the dragon pharaoh can breathe as a bonus action.
I think so. Yeah, that actually sounds about right.
Alright. Turn.
Yeah, my turn's done.
Alright, next up is Strange Wolf 3. As it's going to charge ahead. 5, 10, 45. And since you are in range, Beiji, he's going to screech at you. That's another nat 20. You take a total of 17 damage. Roll me a con save.
Give me a second.
Ooh, Beiji, you are now deafened for 1 minute.
So him and on average when he's firing his weapons.
Basically, but even worse now.
Technically in the dungeon, everyone should have been making con saves for being deafened, but never mind.
But yeah, as you guys hear Beiji cry out, and then he kind of takes a moment, and he's like, "What? What?" He kind of looks around, "What?"
Starts cussing in a couple he starts cussing in his languages for a little bit now.
Horatio, it is your turn.
Okay. Where's the... Is there one right? Yeah, there's one right next to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to immediately, in a matter of like nanoseconds, create an ice knife between my palms and stab this thing.
You gonna throw it at him?
Well, it's right next to me, right?
No, that's the body of the elf.
Oh. I'll throw it at him then. Wait, why am I dragging? Over, thank you.
Ooh. Okay, so that's gonna hit. Oh, jeez. So that one's gonna take. So I'm guessing you were aiming at the. Were you aiming for the strange wolf or the big guy?
Oh, which one's closer?
The big guy is the strange undead that Yuri's fighting, but Yuri did say they were getting the big guy.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that's okay. Yeah, I'll throw it at him. Can I actually like run closer then? I don't wanna.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
So,
Here.
Am I like within 5 feet of it?
of what?
Of the creature? that
Yeah,
she's
you
hitting?
are. Oh no. She's aiming for the wolf.
I thought she was aiming for the big guy.
Yeah, the big guy's closer, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, I believe if she hits the corner area of it, then it's not gonna hit Yuri. So it's gonna roll a dex save.
Yeah.
It failed, so it failed, and it's gonna take the full cold damage. As you hear a growl, and what should be a growl, but due to the rotting flesh that's seeping off of it, you cannot hear it. It kind of like comes as like gurgles.
Mhm.
All right. Anything else?
No. And then pauses.
All right. Shadow Wolf. The last wolf is gonna come up. This time is gonna.
Pauses. Like, pause is after me.
Yeah, pauses after the wolf. Because he rolled a 12 on
okay.
initiative.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Alright, he's gonna come up. And he's gonna dash a full action because he can't reach anyone. With that, now it's Pause's turn.
Alright. If you want to make him do something.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, he's just gonna move all the way. He's gonna take a bite of the big guy. He's going to miss. And that'll be his turn, I guess.
Yep.
Marhan. Carl, are you there?
Yeah. Anyone heal?
Beiji's down to 15 health and deafened, so...
I do have Lesser Restoration, right?
Sure. You do.
Alright, then yes. I will get rid of the death.
Alright, you cast Lesser Restoration on him. Are you going to use the Staff of Healing or your own spell slot?
My own spell slot. My own spell slot.
Alright, you have used up one. You have used up one of your second level spell slots. You are down to one more. Beiji, you are no longer deafened as you feel these warm hands on your back as suddenly you can hear again.
Beiji readies a shotgun.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Bonus section makes you, an attack.
Alright, he's gonna use the Draconic Tactics. Alright. Beiji, you may now attack one of the creatures with... Actually, wait. Allow those with... Oh, it's to everyone within a 30 feet radius. So Beiji, Yuri, and Horatio get one attack, and they can move 30 feet. Oh, and pause, too.
That's pretty broken.
Draconic Tactics. As a bonus action, a fireband may call out to one of its allies and allow those within a 30-foot radius the ability to move up to their movement speed and take an attack action.
You get one attack.
All y'all.
No, it includes your it includes your extra attack too. So technically for Yuri, 2 attacks. Same with
Wait, man.
You cut out what?
Yuri and Beiji can attack twice. Horatio can attack once.
I can what?
Okay.
Beiji, Yuri, attack twice. Horatio, attack once.
Okay.
Okay. Come up here. Do I still have my ice knife? Right.
You threw it, so.
Oh, okay, it's gone. Let me see.
Beiji using another Molotov cocktail, or
is gonna be gonna try to strike all these guys here.
Alright. That's a success. Success. Failure. Not critical failure. And failure. Okay, so that's gonna take the so these two are gonna take the full 19. You can oh nope, he's still alive, okay. Half. Oh no, that one takes that one takes the full. Half. You do kill one of the strange wolves as it lights on fire and becomes a burning crisp on the ground.
And then with the second attack, corkscrew shotgun with the AP round on the one that's hanging on by a thread.
Alright, roll to hit, add a +1 to that because of the AP round.
17 to hit.
17 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That will hit, and that will definitely kill it. Alright. Yuri and Horatio, you still have you guys' attacks.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere on the big guy.
Alright, cast it, please. There we go. Give me a second, I just have to figure out how that. There we are.
DC 14 Dex.
Alright, let's see what we got, and he's gonna fail that and take the full 9 fire damage.
Mhm.
Alright, and Yuri. You're gonna use your your reaction attack actions.
I don't have any reactions that would fit in this scenario.
No, remember, Marhan gave you guys the ability to attack. You have your fists and your darts and your quarterstaff.
Oh, I can't use my spells. Come on. No, I can't use my spells.
Well, yeah, since Horatio used one.
Okay.
Go ahead. So what are you gonna cast?
I'm gonna do this.
Alright. Strength saving throw? Okay. So he's not gonna... He's gonna fail that and he's gonna take the full. He's gonna take the first. He's gonna take the first one. And he is now restrained. If he so and with that it is now your turn, Yuri. So what do you want to do?
Let me see. Yeah, I think I might attack with my quarterstaff.
Alright. You have advantage to hit.
How do I do that advantage thing again?
Hold shift and click the symbol. That will hit with a nat 20.
Oh, I gotta do it again, right?
Second attack. That's another nat 20, so he will get hit again. Anything else you want to do?
Then I want to do Fury of Blows.
Alright. So click Flurry of Blows and then the martial arts thing.
Do I have advantage or no?
Yeah, you have advantage. Okay, and then martial arts. 2 times.
Oh, I gotta do it 2 times. Okay, my bad.
Right. Both of those will hit. He will take 12 bludgeoning damage. Use crit, and then he will take another 9 bludgeoning damage. This thing is getting bruised to all hell.
I think that's it.
Alright. Give me a second real quick. I have to give you back that key point. Ah. Next up is the Stranger Dead's gonna go, and he's going to attack Horatio.
Horatio,
What's happening?
you're getting hit.
That's a nat 20.
Fuck. How much?
And that's gonna be a total of... So that's 17 for the slashing,
Oh!
10 for the necrotic,
Oh my god!
and 9 for the psychic.
So I'm less than
You were down to
half
30.
health.
You're down to
Not
30
great.
health.
yeah.
And then he's gonna
less than half.
and then he's
like a truck.
and then he's gonna attack again.
Fuck.
19 this time. You take 9 slashing, 4 necrotic, 2 psychic.
Bro.
You were down to 15 health.
Okay.
That'll be his turn.
You trying to kill me? I'm just-
One of the
You're
wolves.
trying to kill me.
Which wolf is? Okay, this wolf takes. Wait, hold up. I gotta see that Molotov again, because was it on the start of their turn?
Shavinsky. I mean, Shavinsky.
Vinci.
Oh man, the shirt I'm wearing has a hole in the armpit. No, I'm not gonna wear this.
Alright, so he
I
1d6.
love this shirt.
He's gonna take 2 fire damage. The strange wolf, as it's gonna get out of that radius. It's going to move down here, and it's going to screech at Horatio.
Fuck me.
That's an 8 to hit though, so it's going to miss.
Oh.
That's gonna end its turn. Next up is Beiji's turn.
Alright. Who's still standing?
3 of the wolves and the strange undead.
This one made a very bad decision standing there. Alright. Two attacks with the corkscrew shotgun, AP round, so
Alright, add a +1 to each shot.
1.
Alright, that hits.
2.
That
So
other one's
that'll
gonna
be-
miss though. The first one will hit, the
So,
second one will miss.
Oh, that was a crit.
Hmm?
Ooh.
Oh,
That was a crit.
Yep, the
It's
first
fire chance.
the first. Oh, you rolled a 1, so
Mhm.
misfire. You click
Hit on me.
You send another. You try to. So the first bullet goes out. The second one, you pull the trigger and click, you hear it as something's jammed.
And Beiji turned as pale as a ghost.
And I think that's going to be your turn.
Mm-hmm.
The Strange Wolf 5. Oh, Strange Wolf 3. He's going to take 1d6 damage. This kills him, I swear. Nope, it's not. Beiji, he's gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He's going to attack you, Beiji. He's going to get right up in your face and hit you. That's a 21 to hit. You take 7 piercing damage.
God damn it, man.
And I need you to roll me a strength save.
No.
You were not.
Jeez.
You were knocked prone.
Wait, what happened?
Beiji rolled a nat 1 on a strength save, so he is now knocked prone as the strange wolf took a
I
bite
rolled
out
a
of him.
2. Minus 1.
Nice. You were knocked to the ground. Next up is Horatio.
Okay. Alright. Ice knife him again.
Alright, roll to hit.
Oh, come on.
An 8 will miss, but whether it hits or not, he has to make a dex save. He's gonna fail and take 4 cold damage. The wolf's gonna have to make a dex save. It's gonna fail and take 4 cold damage as well.
Alright, nice.
Alright, and I think you still have your flaming spear still up, I think.
Oh shit.
Yes, it is. So the creature that ends his turn. Oh, he takes 2d6. Okay. 9. Alright. Anything else you want to do?
Something good.
Alright. Strange Wolf 4 is gonna loop her. Oh, wait. What? Hold up. Why did it skip over? There we go. Strange Wolf 4 is gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. He's gonna flank Yuri and he's gonna attack her.
Shit.
Yuri, that is an 18 to hit. I assume that misses.
Yeah.
Alright. I think that's... Yeah, I think that's its turn. So next up is Pause. Pause, you gonna take a bite at the big one again?
It's gonna try and go for, the one that just attacked Yuri.
Right. Right. So this boy is gonna get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, fuck.
And that's going to hit Pause and deal... Pause is down. Nope.
No.
What?
Pause has 12 health. That dealt more than 12 damage. That dealt 19 damage to Pause.
Pause!
So Pause tries to get away, and the strange undead takes a swing at it with its arm blade and sends him crashing into the ground, as Pause is now knocked out.
No, not Pause.
Fuck no!
Mohan, it is your turn. Car? Car!
Your mother speaking. Fucking all at him. I got it.
I know, I'm sending something to Perry.
Yeah,
Excuse
Please send to me.
Look in the chat. Give me a second. There we go. Okay, I think I know what he's gonna do. He's probably gonna heal. Should he heal Beiji or Paz?
Who's in? Oh,
Paz is down. Beiji is almost down with 8 health.
Beijing needs.
Yeah, maybe new heal Beijing.
All right, he's gonna use Cure Wounds.
Well, he'll be fine. He's like Appa. He'll never die.
He's gonna get back 8 health and be up to 16. Then he's gonna use his bonus action again. Everyone gets a free attack action.
Free attack action, okay.
Mm-hmm. Beiji, while lying down, just aims straight at the. So everyone can attack one more time, or twice in the case of the people with extra attack.
Okay.
Alright, so let me see. That will. The first one will hit the wolf and kill it. Well, wait, hold up. I think. Wait, +1. Oh, using the AP round. Yeah, that'll hit it then. That wolf's dead. And the second shot will hit and injure that one.
Let me go see if I can find a particular gift, because it perfectly explains Beiji's situation right now.
So, Yuri and Horatio, you guys still have your attacks to do, as Beiji spent his to kill one of the wolves at point blank range and shoot the other one.
One of the wolves died, and the one behind me got hurt.
Okay.
You can also move 30 feet as well. From your movement speed, anyway.
Are we
I'm gonna
getting-
do... Oh, wait, sorry. You gonna say?
No, I was wondering if we were on that extra turn thing or something.
Yeah, you guys get one free attack action. And movement.
Okay, go ahead first, Yuri.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my quarterstaff.
Alright, roll to hit.
So, is it still advantage, or no?
Yes, he's still restrained.
Yeah.
Alright, that will indeed hit. Second attack. That will also hit. He's gonna have to make it. He's gonna make a cons. But however, because he is undead. Come on, give me a sheet. There we go. Jesus. So he's gonna have to make a DC 9 con save. He will succeed with an unnatural 20 and will get back up with 1 health.
Fuck you, man.
Horatio, your attack.
Fucking try and fuck up this dude.
Scimitar.
Yeah, I'll fuck him up with my scimitar. Here, hold up.
You have advantage, so hold shift and click the image of the scimitar when you attack.
Hold shift.
Parry.
Mm-hmm. Alright, a 15 will indeed hit. He's gonna make a DC 14 con save now. He will fail that, and the strange undead. So you hit it with your quarterstaff as hard as you can, cracking it over the head. It lurches back, but comes back up, and then Horatio comes in with a scimitar, sends a swing at its neck, at the stump where its neck would be, and cuts its head clean off, finally decapitating the beast and causing it to fall to the ground dead. As it is now
Yay.
officially Yuri's turn.
Ooh.
There's just 2 wolves left.
Hold on, I'm trying to think if I should move or not.
All right, you're no longer flanked at least, so
I'd probably try and keep that one wolf next to you off of Beiji's back.
oh yeah, since you are flanking him now, because you and Beiji
Oh
have
yeah,
him.
that's true. Okay. Yeah, then I'll just yeah, I'm gonna do my quarterstaff again. Why not?
All right, roll to hit with advantage. Both those will hit. Does this count? Yeah, let's see. Nope, it's still alive.
Then I will do water whip.
All right. So do the water whip thing, please.
Hold on, it's acting slow.
I get you.
Wait, where's water whip?
It should be in your features area. Let's see. Yuri.
Never mind, I found it.
Okay. Oh, yeah, way of the 4 elements. 3rd level elemental disciplines. Water whip. Right. Let's see. Okay, he's gonna have to make a dex save. It's going to succeed
What?
that. It takes half damage, so it's going to take 3 damage. And it is barely holding on.
Bitch. Okay. Can't do nothing else.
Alright, that's going to end your turn. That's going to make
I'm
it
done.
Strange Wolf 5's turn. He's going to charge straight ahead at Horatio, and he's going to try and attack him. That's a 9 to hit. That's going to miss. And now it is Beiji's turn. Beiji, you are prone currently with a wolf between you and Yuri.
Am I able to stand up without provoking an attack of opportunity?
Of course, you spend half your movement.
Alrighty. And do I have a melee weapon? It's by chance.
You have a dagger.
Bloody hell, I should have picked up that katana when I had the chance.
Well, you aren't proficient with
So, never mind. Scratch that. No. The hell, I'll just fire with the pistol.
it. Alright, that's going to be a straight roll because that's within 5 feet.
First shot. Second shot.
The first one will miss. The second one will hit, and you take your pistol. You aim it point blank and blow this thing's brains right out.
Blow his brains out.
Yeah, kind of like
Alright.
all over Yuri's feet.
Sorry.
That's okay.
And it is now Horatio's turn. There is one wolf left, and it's right in front of you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to slash at a scimitar.
Roll to hit.
14.
14 will
Yeah.
hit.
6 damage.
Right. Right. It's still barely holding on. Anything else you want to do this turn?
I don't think I can do anything else.
Alright. Pause is down, so his turn's gonna skip over. And Marhan's going to use his final draconic taxes again. Horatio, swing at the strange wolf.
Advantage or no?
No advantage.
18?
How do you want to do this? Because that's exactly what you needed to kill it.
I chop its ugly 4-mouthed head off.
And with that, combat is over. As the last of the wolves die, you see as they all slump to the ground dead. You see that for a moment you see this weird sigil on them that seems to be a bony crown slowly fade away off their bodies as they are all dead, and you guys find 16 silver pieces each on their bodies.
Each of us, just to be clear.
Each of you gets 16 silver pieces.
All right.
And since we just finished combat, we're just gonna stop the session there as we figure out what the heck these things are next time.